Hey friends, my name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. I forgot to turn things on. Welcome to Monday night giveaways for November giveaways. With special guest for a little while, P. Richard Scott.
Hello!
The peanut gallery is here.
Sons of bitches!
This is just going to look like this. What do you think of that? The intro video was flying the AIO5 HDZero rig with the HDZero DVR. You could probably tell from the occasional rainbows. In the chat, Cole Powers is first, Smoking Dog, Cujo, Cheetonian, Curtis Hayes, Bob Bruce, Douglas 6, Danzilla, the Terrible Spaceman, Spiff, CXB FPV, Cole Powers again, Danzilla again, McMucus, Dave S, Frank Nicholas, Yamasaur. What's up, everybody? BattleBots is in the background. Deal with it. It's my favorite shit ever. We just spent hours getting Patrick's Q X7 and my spare extra black Q X7 onto Edge TX. It's not that hard. It was a little difficult.
That's a Q X7 for you bastards who don't know what they even look like.
You know what? I realized that
baud rate chip for Christ's sake.
Yeah, two things. First thing, Q X7 is a vintage radio. You know what we can't figure out? We can't figure out when the Q X7 came out. Anybody that's got mega Google foo, see if you can figure out when the Q X7, FrSky Q X7, came out. We found where the Q X7S came out. Cole Powers says, remind him it's a Q X7S.
Yes.
Yeah, the original Q X7. Try to figure out when that came out. We couldn't figure it out. Two, we did all of this, and then every time I flipped the baud rate in it up to 40 billion, so that I could run 250 hertz on the ELRS module, it hangs the radio because the radio does not have the chip in it. The Crossfire baud rate chip thing. Remember that shit from way long ago?
Use it.
Do any of you guys have that chip floating around? I don't think I have an extra. Patrick thinks he has an extra at home. I can't find where to buy that chip anymore. It doesn't. I didn't search for very long. But yeah, vintage radio problems, yo.
We didn't stop until
No,
we
we just
finished
kept going. We just kept going and going and going. So yeah, that's what I've been up to for a while. Frank Nicholas says the FrSky Taranis Q X7 was first available on February 28th, 2017. That's actually not as old as I thought.
17.
So 17, 27, 654, 3.
The QX7S. It's
pretty old. Pretty old. I thought it was older than that.
I did too.
Denzel the Terrible says, I think my dad had a QX7.
Yeah.
Are we sure? 2017?
That's what they used in Back to the Future.
Damn. I thought it was older than that. I was thinking like 2010. This guy was thinking the 90s.
Well, the QX7S said it came out in 2017, that edition. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I would think that that's when the S came out. Frank sent me a link. An attachment. Let's see. Oh, that's that Google AI shit. That doesn't know what it's talking about. No, the S, it says the S came out in 2019.
Oh. Really?
Damn, I would have thought it's a much older radio than that, huh? When the X is I guess the X9D is the older one. I guess the QX7 is newer.
With less options.
Yeah, smaller, cheaper kind of thing. Hey, I've got 1.5 millimeter drill bits again. They will be going up on the Etsy store, but if you're absolutely desperate for one, shoot me a message somewhere. CiottiFPV.com is where you support me, my friends. Mentioning to you guys that Patreon changed its shit without telling anybody, which kicked tons of people off of all the Patreons that they were on, has worked because tons of you have been jumping back onto the Patreon. A bunch of months ago, Patreon went from being only a subscription, like monthly auto pay thing, to allowing people to just do a single month. And lots of people, instead of leaving them on the monthly subscription thing, they moved you to the single month thing. So at the end of that month, you jumped off of my Patreon. There's a couple different ways you can check it. Just go to Patreon. I'm sure you can figure it out. Or go to my Discord and just type a message in anywhere and look at the color of your name. If your name shows up on Discord in white, then Patreon kicked you out. If you're a patron, you should be either red, purple, or yellow over on Discord. I don't know. So yeah, check it if you guys don't mind. Especially check it because the $5, $10, and $20 tiers are getting in on giveaways tonight. So make sure that you, if you expect to be in on tonight's giveaways, you're actually in on tonight's giveaways. Why is it so dark over here? Is that light not working? No, it is. It's just not very bright. CiottiFPV.com is where you can support me. Patreon is linked over there, and it's the best thing that you can do to help me keep on going. Etsy, though, lots of fun stuff. I've added a ton of stuff over the past month, and there's a bunch more stuff going up on the Etsy store. So go check it out for sure. Fiverr, you can work one-on-one with me. Teespring, you can buy some fun shirts and apparel. PayPal if you want to support me directly, but you don't want YouTube to take 30% of your super chat. And then all these affiliate links, try to use them as much as you can. Amazon, GetFPV, Pyro Drone, Raceday Quads, Newbie Drone, Bleed, Beta FPV, FPV Cycle, Oh My God, Brain 3D, HDZero, Flywheel, Max Bang, Good Camera, Butter, AliExpress. Change your bookmarks to someone's affiliate links. It helps people on YouTube continue to make stuff on YouTube. Change your bookmarks. If you don't use bookmarks, you can change your suggestions. When you start typing a URL and it suggests the rest, you can delete that suggestion and then hit someone's affiliate link a couple times in a row, and then your browser will think, hey, when he types GET for GetFPV, he wants to go to this person's affiliate link. And then you're good to go.
I remain a Patreon.
Nice. Monkey D. Cluffy's in the house. Alright, if you want to talk directly to me, all you gotta do is type CiottiFPV. It'll light up an orange for me. You can do that with each other. If you type someone's name and you spell it right for that person, it'll light up an orange. You can try it for yourself. Type your own name in, and you'll see what it looks like. It's highlighted in orange. It's not anything to write home about, but you'll see. Denzel the Terrible says, Teddy is way cooler than CiottiFPV. He just started his Patreon. Agreed. Cole Powers says, is that intro flying shot on a walk snail rig or an Insta360 Go or CATX Peanut or Thumb Pro 2? AIO 5 HDZero with the lightweight camera. This exact build, which I might fly this tonight if you guys want me to, and if we have time, I'll fly it around. I've been going through all of these rigs and making sure that they're on the new beta flight with ELRS 3.0, and I've got 3 more sitting here in front of me. The HDZero rig, and then both of the walk snail 65mm rigs. So yeah, when I get caught up, if we have some time before 11, I'll plug them in, rip them around the room. Denzel the Terrible says, I heard CiottiFPV's parents pay Pete Richard Scott to be his friend. It's true. It's true. Cole Power says, we got that. Got that from Frank. Monkey D. Clovey says, what's up? Didn't realize the $5 Patreon got into your giveaways. I probably never won anyways, lol. Bought a 1mm bit off your Etsy. Very cool. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, you'll just keep being entered, and eventually a package will show up at your door, because one of the big reasons I have to do these giveaways through Patreon is that they force you guys to put your address in there, so that when you win, I have your address and I can send you your stuff. Before I was doing that, and I would rely on people to send me their address, loads of people wouldn't send me their address. And I had at one point a backlog of 20-some unsendable giveaways, and I just couldn't get in touch with people to get their addresses to send them their stuff. So yeah, that's where I realized that Patreon forces you to drop your address in there, and then it allows me to just print that out, spit that out into stamps.com, and away we go. So yeah, Monkey D. Cluffy, someday you'll get a package. You'll get a very cool bag in the mail looking something like this. This is the TinyWhoop giveaway tonight. Tonight could be your night, brother. It could be. You never know. Hey, look at this. I started building a Cinesplorer 2. Super interesting frame. I didn't realize something about this frame. I'm trying something different. I built half of it. I built just one side of the frame. I don't know, just, trying different things. Check this out. So, I did not realize this about this frame, but every single standoff is jacked into the arms. Every single one. There's not a single standoff that goes down to the actual base plate. And because of that, Because of that, the base plate is impossibly thin. I swear to God, it's like a 1mm base plate. Look how thin that is. But it doesn't, everything is jacked into these arms here. So the arms are going to take all of that bending force. See that? Isn't that wild? And then it's got a couple cutouts in the front here for vertical carbon for the camera. And that's it. Super simple frame with heinously strong arms. The previous Cinesplorer, the version 1 Cinesplorer, is a little bit lighter than this. But the arms are just barely thick enough. What's interesting is it's still really durable. I think because the arms are just thin enough and they bend instead of breaking. But the problem with the OG Cinesplorer is if you really want to get the PID tune dialed, it's super difficult. There comes a point, there's just vibrations. When you have arms that are thinner, there are going to be vibrations that get through, and you can't get the PID tune absolutely cranked. They fly great, and it's awesome that they're lighter weight, and they are the best Cinewhoop frame available, hands down. This one's probably a little bit better, although it is a little bit heavier. So I'm actually not. I'm not gonna take apart the other Cinesplorers. I'm building this fresh from scratch. If I like it, I am gonna transfer one of the Cinesplorers over. I bought 2 of these frames, so I'll transfer one over. But one Cinesplorer will always exist. It's going to be the analog one with the super lightweight Brother Hobby VY motors. It'll just be the lightest possible 3-inch Cinewhoop. And yeah, it'll live on forever, which is great. I've just resigned myself to basically having one version of like everything on analog, like one analog 5-inch rig, one analog Cinewhoop. I'll figure out like one analog 3-inch rig, right? TinyWhoops are different, and then yeah, analog for life, like Patrick just said. So there you go. Danzilla the Terrible says, "Ooh, that Cinesplorer has nice chonky arms." Yeah, I can't wait to crank the tune to the moon on that thing. Frank Nicholas says, "If this is your radio, it's still available new for $124." Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they still sell the QX7s. It makes me laugh. The only thing is,
well, they're still for sale.
The new ones are access.
Yeah.
The new ones also don't need the mod for the baud rate, which is kind of nice, but they are access, which
it's better.
It won't work with old school FrSky, I think is the deal, right?
Oh no.
There was like when FrSky went
D16
access, yeah, you had to get a specific new receiver that was access, which is just stupid. So yeah, buying a new QX7, there's kind of no reason because you can't use it on the old FrSky stuff. But then you might as well just buy an ELRS transmitter like the Boxer if you're going to do ELRS stuff. So it's kind of pointless for us quad people. I think that's how it works.
Unless you'd like to spend an extra hour fucking with it, that's okay.
Or 2. Or 3. God knows how long it's going to take to solder that
this
chip
is
in.
Easy. Oh, I know. God damn it. And that's what, get the baud rate up to like 450 or wherever it belongs?
Well, you'll get it gives you the. So here's what's interesting. Without that chip, you can still do 150 hertz on ELRS, but I think internally the latency goes down, and then you can also go up to 250 hertz on the ELRS side if you do the chip mod. So I could be wrong about that. If internally there's not an increase in a decrease in latency, 150 hertz is probably fine. But I have a feeling that there is, because that baud rate is really low. It's not like that 4 trillion number. It's only like 186 billion or something like that. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, if any of you guys have that FrSky / it was a Crossfire chip. It was a chip that came with Crossfire modules to install in the X9D and the QX7 to get the baud rate up.
With the micro receivers, not the mini ones, the long ones. Remember the long ones with the...
I don't remember.
I think they definitely came with those. I wasn't sure if they came with the micros.
I remember when they were like giving them away.
Oh,
you could add it to your cart on their website for free, and they would just give it to you. So yeah, if anybody has one of those, I need one, actually. I have this extra QX7 that has the same issue. Where are we at in Chad? Danzilla upgraded his Patreon. Thank you, dude. Very cool of you. Much appreciated. He says. He also says, I think CiottiFPV should start a Boxer fund and get with the times. You know, the Boxer is super interesting. Who's it made by? Radio Master?
I think so. It's smaller though, isn't it?
But it is smaller. My main problem with it is that it does not have a proper arm switch up here. It's got this stupid click in, click out button. It does have 2 jibbo jabbos up here, and you could absolutely use those as an arm switch, but I don't want to. I want the arm switch here. It is way more comfortable and way quicker for me to rest my index finger here and be able to fly and just flip down like that. Radio Master offered to send me a Boxer a while back, and then I think that person left the company. But if I get back in touch with him, I'm sure I can sweet talk him into send me one. But it doesn't have that arm switch, and that's a bit of a deal breaker for me. As much as I would love to have a transmitter with ELRS built in. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is that I've been using this shape transmitter for 8-9 years now. It's got an ELRS module in it. It's gonna have a Nomad bot. Oh, here's the other thing too. If I get a Boxer, great. It has ELRS built in. I'm going to Nomad, so I'll still have this module that probably lives in it. So like, where's the benefit, right? If I'm gonna have a transmitter with a module, it's got a module. This one has a module. This one can have the Nomad module, right? So yeah. 661 says, have you ever flashed firmware on an FrSky receiver? It's such a headache. Unfortunately, I have. ELRS is miles easier to set up than FrSky. Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
It is true. Curtis Hayes says, Denzel the Terrible CiottiFPV is the ultimate get off my lawn old man who will not change his ways. Vintage is better. Sorry, but old shit's better. It's just the way it is. Denzel the Terrible says, with your 3D printer and soldering skills, you could swap out for a toggle switch, no problem. Is that a thing? Is that a thing that people do?
Yeah, you can do that.
Put a switch up on the corner of the Boxer? But why? Why would I go through all of that?
Because it would fail.
There's no benefit to the Boxer. I'm going to the Nomad system, so I'm going to have that module. If they make a Boxer with Nomad built in, okay, cool. Now we're talking. But to get the regular Boxer, I'm not getting anything, right? I'm not going to take that Nomad module out. It's just going to live in there. In the same way that on the Q X7, the Nomad module is just going to live in here, right? Like there's zero benefit that I can figure out. I guess the benefit would be that it's a little bit smaller. The Boxer is a little bit smaller, but it's not that much smaller, you know?
I don't know what it would be like for you to be on a different radio after this long.
Right? I might just not
Aren't
be able to fly.
Exclusively Q X7 on everything you fly?
I've never used anything else for more than like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been like out flying with people and they're like, "Can you fly my quad?" I'm like, "Sure," and I'll fly with another transmitter and just like feel sick to my stomach by the end of it. But yeah, I've never. Oh no, that's not true. I used a Beta FPV Lite, the little $20 shit heap for like a couple batteries at some point, but yeah, no more than like a few batteries. Space Gadget, if you want to talk directly to me, make sure you type in your message CiottiFPV. That way it lights up orange. I just happened to see your message though. You said, why are you going Nomad if you don't fly far? 2.4 is good enough. No. So on gigs where I'm working, flying cinematic or live broadcast, having 900. So I'm on Crossfire with all of my like working rigs, and I've had a couple scenarios where Crossfire just is not cutting it, and 2.4 ELRS actually does better. Mainly on the live broadcast gigs, because there's a bunch of different wireless mics being used. There's a TV truck that is just hammering all kinds of shit all over the place. There are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 static cameras on all the corners using God knows what wireless protocol. And so it's a super noisy RF environment that those cycle races are held in. And having that dual band would really, really, really be nice. I had a situation in Salt Lake City. Yeah, Salt Lake City, where Crossfire would only go a block. It would only go one single block. And my area of coverage was supposed to be like 3 blocks. And so I was limited to, it was basically a half a block to my left and a half a block to my right. That spot that I was in, we were also under high tension power lines, and DJI was actually even really struggling there. DJI was starting to drop out at that half a block. So yes, ELRS was better in that location, but it was still like losing video. It kind of didn't matter, but still having the Nomad system where it's got that 2.4 and 900 that switches back and forth, like that's the dream for anybody that's doing actual like paid work with stuff. This is one of the things that like the Avata 2 really has going for it, is just having that like infinite range basically. It's one of the big reasons that the Avata 2 is the best Cinewhoop that exists today, right now. Once the 04 system comes out, that will change a little bit. Although the Avata 2 still has this magical 15-minute runtime that I don't know if we will ever be able to match, right? That comes from a group of engineers designing a Cinewhoop with a lot of budget and a lot of really smart people involved in the same building within the same company, right? Rather than a bunch of us lunatics on the internet just like, I ran 1002 motors and they... Not 1002. I ran 1404 motors and they were great. No, you want 1507. No, 1408. No, 2004, right? Like, we're a bunch of fucking monkeys just pushing buttons. Whereas DJI gets together and goes, hey, we can put this thing in a wind tunnel simulation to make it aerodynamically perfect so it gets another 5 minutes of runtime. Like, you know, we'll never have a frame. I doubt that we will ever have a frame that can remotely touch that. And also, you know, they're doing stuff like using tiny little motors but yeah, once the 04 system comes out, we will be able to build Cinewhoops that will have a camera system on board that is as good as the Avata 2, right? GoPro doesn't have anything out that performs as good as what the Avata 2 has internally, especially in low light. I guess you could argue that the new DJI Action 5 is basically the same. I wouldn't be surprised if it is the same sensor. It does really well in low light, similar to the Avata 2, especially when you compare it to the Hero 13 or 12, the same thing. And so I guess you could argue that a Cinewhoop right now with the Action 5 on top is almost as good as the Avata 2. It'll at least give you, it seems like, the same video quality as the Avata 2, which is a big step. But still, there's stuff about the Avata 2 that's just nuts, like the range. Right now, that has that 04 system, which has the best range that we've ever seen. And that makes a difference. The Nomad system, having that 900 2.4 switching, that should have the same, if not better, range than the Avata 2. So that's awesome. We've got the same video quality, and now we've got the same transmitter range, right? Control link range. The last missing piece is the 04 system. I didn't think this would be so small.
Isn't that cool?
So this is the new TinyWhoop prop popper. I did not. It looks way bigger in the pictures. So this is just a protective cover for it, and then this is the actual prop popper. The clone popper, my favorite, which has the tiny little fork on it. This has the same fork. The clone popper is not in stock right now. This one is. This is really well made.
Yeah, it feels
this
pretty
is
legit.
all metal. Damn.
Can't wait to break.
And it's got a very cool little holder for it. I told Jesse to make these stripes red and make it look like a bowling pin.
Yeah. I thought it was a milk carton or some shit.
Big Lebowski on the side. That's exactly what it looks like. It's a milk carton. That's awesome. So yeah, that's the best prop popper at the moment until the clone popper comes back in stock. So yeah, there's that. Islander FPV says, have you checked out the jumper radios? T15 has the right switch locations. I don't pay much attention to transmitters, but I always kind of, sort of keep my eye on them. Oh, look at that. Jumper T15. Again, same kind of deal, though. With Nomad, I'm going to have to put a module in this. And so, like, a color screen does nothing for me. There's no reason for a color screen. If these idiots would put a 5.8 transmitter, a receiver in these things, then they could use that color screen as a little VTX monitor. That would be cool. Then I would pay for a color screen, but I'm not going to pay for a color screen to have the word ELRS be fancy looking. I just don't care. So yeah, but as soon as they start making these things with Nomad in them, I'll really think about it. I guess Jumper won't be able to do that per se. Well, maybe they'll license that out. You never know. Danny B says, Nomad is a Gemini module, correct? I believe so. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. If you go to Radio Master, there's a whole Nomad section. It's got the VTX. It's got the module. Borkbit says there is a controller with a VRX in it. Which one is it? I've always thought that's a total missed opportunity. It doesn't have to be a good receiver, just any receiver. Imagine that. You're doing bench work, and you can just turn your transmitter on. You probably have to have it on anyway, and that's got a little VRX built in. How cool would that be? Cole Power says, I saw side-by-side of the Action 5 and Hero 12. Hero still wins. I disagree. Action 5 seems kind of blue. That's easy to fix in post. Still doesn't do great in shadows, in my honest opinion. I've watched at least 20 different comparisons of Hero 13 versus Action 5. And especially after a little bit of just touching up in post, the Action 5 is so much better in low light. In the same way that the Avata 2 is better in low light than the Hero 12, Hero 13. And so, yeah, I'm super looking forward to getting my hands on an Action 5. Yeah, it looks really, really, really good. Thrash FPV says, you mentioned that prop popper as I'm creating a TinyWhoop order. Add to cart. Nice. Curtis Hay says, I bet TinyWhoop made that because the 3D printed popper kept breaking like mine did. Ah, yeah, could be. Could be. All right. We are caught up on chat. What time is it? 10:30? Let's fly the HDZero rig around. Make sure that it's still working. I can do that.
I'm not gonna be your target.
Semi-wirelessly. You out here?
Yep. Get some sleep because of this stupid ass daylight savings time. Up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Jesus. Yeah. Goddamn nightmare. I was so confused because like I looked at my wristwatch.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was on the oven.
Yeah.
I was like, well, fucking birds don't even fly. I can't even fly. Forget me.
Oh boy.
I appreciate the efforts, friend.
Yeah, dude.
See you soon with the other 3.
What do you wait? Oh yeah, that's right. So for the record, friends, something that Patrick just learned the hard way. If you order a Mobula 6 from Raceday Quads, even though it says that it will come with a Runcam Nano 3, it will not. He got the last one, and then the other ones are coming with the Caddx ant and actual ants in the box. Very strangely. We will be able to tell you sooner than later whether or not, if you order a Mobula 6 from GetFPV, if it comes with a Runcam Nano 3 or not. Because he's going to try to return those with the ant. It's a full gram different. It's an entire extra gram. The different canopy and the Caddx ant, which is just silly. So, yeah. There's that, which is silly. But seriously, like that, think about that if you're a racer. That's completely unacceptable. Hang on, friends, hang on. Dead metal. Turn this off, and let me just plug in this gate. Alright. Almost ready. Almost ready, I promise. We're almost there. Almost ready. Now we're ready to fly. Look at me go. Alright, so HDZero VRX is cranking away over there. I've got a couple batteries that should be charged. We need this. I think this is bound. We're about to find out. Cheetonian says GetFPV owns Raceday now. They do, but I believe they still have separate warehouses. 661 says worst camera ever. Caddx ant. What? Yeah. I don't understand. So many people say that they love the Caddx ant. I can't figure it out. It's not good outside. It's terrible inside. Thrash FPV says, I don't know if you answered this last time, but I still see Runcam Nano 3s sold. Is there a difference in the current ones? No, I've never. Where do you see them for sale? I've not seen one for sale in a long time. VRX, and then we're going to turn on the HD VRX. And cool, that's working. Look at that. Flat side to the left. HDZero AIO5 build with 40,000 kV 0702s is plugged in. And here comes the dog, of course. There he is. HD Tedward Spaghettward. I guess I should turn these goggles on. I updated my HDZero goggles. That took me a little bit of time, but it was possibly worth it. They apparently they start up faster, but they don't seem to be starting up any faster, if you ask me. Where's the... Right, so it's looking at the analog module. I got to come in here. Source. HDZero. I don't want R1. I change the channel. Why would it not scan? To R8, yes. Go to R8, brother. There we go. Cool. Oh, boy. Oh, that mouth! Oh, boy. Teddy, relax. It's 40,000 kV, homeboy. Oh, God. The chair just came out and got me. This battery feels like shit. Oh, my God. It's sagging all the way down to 3.3. Is this battery just dead, or is it a high internal resistance battery situation? I think it might be a high internal resistance battery situation. Hold on. I'll put it on the charger and tell you. So see, it was sagging like crazy, but then, no, the battery's just dead. I put it on the charger and it's at 3.55, so yeah, the battery's just dead. All right, let's try this one. I had the... Why is this charging so slow? 3.83, 3.82. Did I like just plug those in? What the shit? Let's see if this is any better. Let me also do this. Let me go into turtle mode and just... Cool. All motors are happy. For some reason, this thing's not sending video, though. What's happening, little buddy? Did you try turning it off and on again? ThrashFPV says, I didn't notice those RunCam Nano 3 were eBay listings. I mean, I would buy them off eBay. Why is this, what happened here? Is this battery dead too, and it doesn't even have enough juice to power up the... Nope, it's at 420. What has happened? I've got no video all of a sudden. Come on, get in there. Not you, Teddy. You're fine, buddy. Cheetonian says, one of my HDZero whoops sagged 4 different batteries down low enough to reset the VTX multiple times yesterday. They bounced back to 4.1 when checked after unplugged. Not sure what's going on. Is that what happened here? Is this thing on a different channel now? Let me come into the menu and do scan. Scanning. Oh, it did. It's on R1 now. What the hell? Hold on. Let me go into the menu, and then I'll go into features and VTX, and it's actually on low band. I'm gonna go to race band 8. Pit mode off. Power 25. Save. Confirm. Great. And then I'm gonna go to race 8. On the goggles, you guys should have video. There we have it. Wow, that's weird. What is that about? Oh, now I'm stuck in this menu. What's happening? Okay. Hopefully it saved that change. I did hit save. Come on. Now it's an ELRS thing. Come on, little friend. Oh, did it lose its bind? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Maybe I'm not using the, I bet you I'm not using the binding phrase. Wow, this thing is... These TinyWhoop AIOs hate being sagged all the way down to Chinatown. That's silly. Ooh, this thing's getting hot too. Did you see it changing colors? Okay, so let's plug this into Betaflight and see what the hell's going on. Let's get this thing cooled off a little bit. In 20 minutes, we are doing the giveaways, friends. 3 of the 4 giveaways are for patrons. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com and you can join the Patreon. No, that's good. Huh. That's strange. Wonder why it wasn't binding a minute ago. Oh, I have these motors turned down a little bit. Look at me. I've been down at 90%. Look at the kindness that I've shown to these motors. Okay. Turn this up a little bit. Here, save it. And why are there 3 notches? What the hell? I shouldn't need 3 notches on this. I might. I'll tell you in a second. Alright, let's see what's going on here. AIO 5 is acting weird. Come on back to life. There it is. Hey! Alright, let's give it a second to cool off. Coffee cool out of time, motherfuckers. Here we go. Oh, we getting started. Oh, this is low up tilt. Okay, hold on. This is a little too low. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the sim rig. Oh, Teddy! Yeah, this is a little too low up tilt. I'm like slowing down and stopping too much. Hold on. You can tell by how much duct is in view. Oh, that's much better. Oh, I'm glad that I came in and stopped. Man, I really noticed the weight on yaw. Woo! Yay! The yaw is nowhere near as snappy on this thing. Hold on. That's... Okay. Let me just mess with the PIDs a little bit. I'm actually going to turn the feed forward way up, which will help with that lack of response. I'm actually also going to give it a little bit more PID gain, which again should also help. Teddy Spaghetti! Ooh! Whoa, hey, fella. Oh my god, the dog. One of the other things I need to do to this rig is swap the motor bells. Oh boy. Oh boy. Nope! Don't need to... Nope! What's happening? What? Oh, is it seriously stuck under the lip of the thing? Haha. Teddy got me backed into a corner right now. This battery's done. That was a completely uneventful battery. I guess we did a couple things. I don't know. Now it's going to be all screwed up. I sagged the battery too low, and it's going to jack stuff up. Cold Power's motor limit affects everything. Think of it this way. Think of motor limiting this way. It turns down the... Oh, it's not charging. That's why. It turns down the kV of the motors. It doesn't actually do that, but what it just think about it that way. That's the easiest way to think about it, because it limits the PIDs, it limits the throttle, it limits everything. So yeah, there's that. What's happening here? There you go. There's the HDZero rig flying around the house. Sorry, it wasn't more, but I don't have any more charged batteries for the damn thing. It flies okay. It does need a little bit more tuning love. It feels, I mean, it is heavy. It is heavy, and that's why it feels heavy. Image quality is great. Not as good as Walk Snail, obviously, but you know, that's kind of too much to ask. Latency is awesome. The latency is really the showstopper for this thing. I have the other camera, but I don't really know. It's heavier, and it's going to require a different mount. So I don't really know what to do with this Lux camera. The only thing I can think to do with this Lux camera is if I did a 75mm build with this rig, because a 75mm build would handle the extra weight of this Lux camera a little bit better. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I mean, I didn't buy this AIO5. Kevin Sumner very generously bought it and sent it over to me. I don't think I'm gonna buy one of these AIOs to do a 75mm build with. I've never really been all that impressed by the range of HDZero, and so why build? I mean, it's as good as analog, so I mean it's kind of fine. I just noticed that this frame is actually starting to crack back here, so at some point I will need to change the frame out on this, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But this does need a little bit more tuning, so I'm actually going to leave it here. What else is happening? What else are we working on? If I do a 75, I'll take this apart. I won't take this apart. I'll just take this canopy setup and AIO setup out of this frame, and I'll put it into a 75mm frame. Maybe I'll do that when this frame breaks. Maybe I'll keep flying this until this frame breaks all the way, and then I got to pull it all apart anyway. So at that point, I'll pull it apart, pull these motors off. These are the 40,000 kV motors. The plugs are still on them. What I'll probably do at that point is I'll take these motor bells off, and I'll put some of the 1.5mm motor bells on to these 40,000 kV motors. Put this AIO5 into a 75mm frame. I have a couple of them floating around. I have one right here. Figure out a canopy. I think the Beta FPV canopy that holds the CO3 camera, I betcha that canopy will also hold this Lux camera, which is a little bit taller than it is wide. So that'll be fine. Drop that in there. Put that canopy on it. Speaking of... Oh, actually, screw it. We'll fly it. Yeah, here we go. I took a little bit of time to get the Meteor 75 Pro all blacked out again. This had a shitty whip antenna and the white canopy on it. And so I swapped it over to the black canopy, and I put this True RC Singularity. I love the way that the VT... I hate it from a weight perspective, but the VTX mounts to the top rear of the canopy, and then the antenna goes right out the back. Well, with a whip antenna, it's too long and floppy, and it'll actually get down in the props. These True RC Singularity Ultra Shorts are perfect. They are a fucking pain in the ass to put in, though. You have to put this... You have to get a little piece of shrink wrap. You have to put the shrink wrap onto the True RC Singularity stalk. You have to unscrew the VTX. You have to plug the UFL into the VTX. You have to then slide the shrink wrap up over the back of the VTX. The rear of the VTX, it comes like this, and then it comes like that, and then it's got this little tail on the VTX. That tail is specifically there so that you run the video antenna wire up and then you put a piece of shrink wrap around it, and it shrink wraps the antenna down to the back of the VTX, which is awesome. And with a whip antenna, it's no big deal because you can slide that shrink wrap over the whip antenna because it doesn't have a big fat head on it. Well, with a big fat headed antenna, you got to like put the shrink wrap on, and then so it's such a pain in the ass. You got to like get it in there, and then you got to get heat in there to shrink the shrink wrap. So it's super annoying, and then you got to plug the camera in, you got to screw the VTX in. But when it's done, it is clean, and it'll never get into the props. And the head of this antenna is far enough away from the AIO that it actually works really well. I should put a little bit of up tilt on it. Not up tilt, but you know what I mean. Stick it up like that. Yeah, this is such a cool little setup. Unfortunately, the Beta FPV VTX is not great. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. But yeah, I mean, this is such a cool little setup. Just super Darth Vader. And yeah, I've got 2 of the Weebleed 450s. So let's go back to analog mode. Turn this off. And I guess I need to unplug and replug this because I should have video right now, but I do not. So hang on 1 second while I do that. You should have video in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Nope. Yep, there we go. All right, so there it is. Yeah, Beta 75 Pro, shockingly good bind and fly. This bind and fly has really impressed me, especially when you put the HQ ultralight props on it. With the GemFan 45mm props that it comes with. It's okay. Those props are a little heavy, and they're not super well balanced. These HQs are amazing. They are beautifully balanced, lighter weight. They really bring these motors alive, and they bring Teddy alive too. All right, here we go. Let me just shut up, and we can appreciate the madness of Teddy. Oh, this battery is at storage voltage. Uh-oh. We got a propeller hitting something. Oh, it's hitting the battery lead. Hold on. Let me get that centered. There we go. Yep, much better. Relax, buddy. Just back up. Just back up a little bit. The beauty of launch mode, my friends. Oh, this battery's dead. Any big, heavy 75 that you can actually, like, fly around in the house like this is okay by me. Oh, boy, this thing feels like ass. This battery is done. All right, hold on. Let me try this other battery. This one is, yeah, he did. Teddy the Lens Smudger. I love it. I fucking love it. I mean, that really is what he is. That is what he is, exactly. He is the smudgiest lenser. He just laid right back down. He's like fully laid out on his side right now. Here, watch this. You guys will get to see the insanity. Oh, no. Lay back down, you jerk. He was, like, all the way laid out. Hold on. Let's see. He knows. He knows what's about to happen. Damn it. I wanted to get him, like, jumping up to eat the quad. To lick the TinyWhoop. Well, this will be fun. We'll get the whole show in third person. It's nowhere near as cool. So much better in first person. This battery's charged. Hell yeah. Oh boy. We got some wobbles and throbbles and flobbles and... Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me take a look at where the PIDs are at. Feels like it needs more PID... Whoa, those PIDs are cranked. Oh my god, those PIDs are cranked. Yeah, okay. These big quads, man, they need mega PID gains. Stop that. Man, I've been flying... I'll say this. I was very impressed by this when I was flying a lot of 75mm rigs. Now that I've been flying a bunch of 65mm rigs, I am much less impressed by this. Yeah. That's interesting. That's kind of an eye-opening thing. Islander says, what was your verdict on the HQ 45mm biblade versus on the 75 Pro versus the tri-blades? They both feel fine. The biblades spin up. It's exactly what you would think. The biblades spin up faster, and they make a little bit less thrust. The tri-blades are the opposite of that. But you should get them both. The thing that I really don't like is that the HQ props are a little fragile, and so yeah, that's kind of annoying. But man, they are significantly lighter, and you really do notice that. So it's tough. It is tough. All right, so I just massaged the filters just a tiny little bit to make sure it's not in a situation where it's over filtered. I've realized lately that I've had a little too much filtering on a bunch of these rigs, and too much filtering is not as bad as too little, but it's still a problem. And so yeah, I've been dropping the amount of filtering on a bunch of these rigs, and it's actually helped quite a bit. Let's see if this one helps. Now, there's still some weirdness. It's still going off set point at times when it shouldn't be. Whew, look at that, though. Woo! Woo! See what Darth looks like when he does a mirror flip. Oh, look at that. That was cool looking. I've never done that before. Don't bounce off. Doc with the mirror, bro. Oh my god. That was cool. I don't care who you are. That was cool. Uh-oh. Don't start with this core bullshit. Don't do the core nonsense. That's not cool. That was the most horrific mirror flip ever. Try it one more time. Not to be outdone. Ah! Ah! Ah, the bump! That was close enough. Oh, boy. Yeah, this thing... Whoa! Whoa! What is happening there? Oh, no. This VTX is dying now, too. This VTX is dying. This VTX is doing the same thing that the previous one did. Oh, come on, Beta FPV. The next battery that I fly in this VTX is going to die all the way. This is exactly what the other one did. Oh. man. Come on now. I tried. You can't say I didn't try. I tried, man. I tried to make it happen. I tried to run these Meteor 75 setups like as they were. I gotta be honest. At this point, I'm gonna say, don't buy the Meteor 75 Pro. That's a bit much. That's a bit much for two of these VTXs to go out this early. Cheetonian says before you toss the VTX, check the camera for continuity between pins. That's a good idea, but it was totally fine. I'll swap the camera out. The least amount of work to do. I'll swap the camera from the white canopy to the black canopy. That's a good idea. Man, that's super annoying. Boy, is that super fucking annoying. All right, well. Then there's that. Always something. Absolutely always something. Is it 11 o'clock yet? It's 11 o'clock. This is your last warning. Join my Patreon. $5 tier in like 10 minutes will enter you to win TinyWhoop and toothpick parts. $10 a month tier will enter you to win 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop parts. $20 a month tier will enter you to win 5-inch parts. $30, $1 a day tier will enter you to win all 3 of those. And then the 4th giveaway that we do is open to anybody. We'll talk about that once we get there. All right, I got to open this up here. One of the perks to joining Patreon is you get full Discord access. And there's a Discord channel called the Video Collective. In the Video Collective, you can post your videos and take a look at other gangly gangers edits and flying and all that fun stuff. While I'm waiting for some things to happen here, I play a couple of those videos of you beautiful bastards. And there it is, the Video Collective. And so tonight we're going to take a look at CiottiFPV.
What's up, fellow whoopers? CiottiFPV here.
And I always mute everything. Just in case you guys put music in. And then we've got just another Kevin, FPV. We're going to watch him. And then we're going to watch Curtis Hayes as well. And so here we go. All right, so I'm going to drop links to all 3 of these guys in the chat. If you don't all go to their channels and subscribe, I'm going to punch you in your big dumb heads. Support your fellow people. Go subscribe. There's all 3. Go subscribe to all 3 of those guys. Or else! I've got what I need over here. I'm going to click some of these buttons. And the last thing I need, though, is to come in here and stream shit and Atlanta. And I'm freezing my big brass balls. Is what this song's called. I'll see you guys in a minute. Be right back. There you go, friends. All right, I'm good to go. Go subscribe to those channels, or else I'm clicking submit on all 3 of these, and now we're all set. Here we go. Here's what you guys are playing for tonight. TinyWhoop tier is up first. And let me just pull OBS over here, and then I can go full screen here, and I can do a little bit of this. There we go. TinyWhoop tier, very kindly filled up with stuff from WeBleed FPV. Get your ass over to WeBleed and support the people that support the people that support the people that you watch. There is so much stuff in this TinyWhoop giveaway here. Here's what you guys are playing for. By the way, you can join the TinyWhoop tier, and then if you decide that you want to send me $6 a month instead of $5 a month, you can do that. You can change the dollar amount. So yeah, if you want to be on the TinyWhoop tier because that's what you're flying a lot and that's what you want to potentially win, but you want to, you got a couple extra bucks, you want to shoot my way, you can do that. You can dial any dollar amount per month in that you want, as long as it's above the tier that you want to be on. Make sense? We've got a Newbie Drone crown frame in clear. Wait, hold on. I'm doing this super out of order. I gotta put these back into this bag. We've got a size medium, which is actually as big as a large. So this is basically a large Northeast Whoop Championship green shirt. Hopefully the person that wins is here, and they can tell me whether or not they'll fit into a large shirt. WeBleed crown frame. WeBleed prop popper. We've got Hockey Rounds printed a bunch of these, 6 a day, 300 mAh battery holders. We got one of those. Custom FPV little tag, and he printed a bunch of these little things. These are in all the giveaways tonight. Thank you, Custom. We've got a set of the GemFan 1208 clear tri-blades. We've got a set of the purple Newbie Drone Venom bi-blades. Solid Pin PH 2.0. We've got a Happy Model 65mm old school frame. Some stickers. WeBleed Band-Aids, which you can also use as stickers. WeBleed Holographic. Get in there. WeBleed Skinny. Newbie Drone. TinyWhoop.com Butterfly. CMYK FPV. Broken Prop Crew. Northeast Whoop Championships. Newbie Drone. Bleed Eye. WeBleed. WeBleed FPV Coaster. And then we've got a set of the new 1.5mm motor shaft GemFan 1210s, as well as a set of the brand new WeBleed Screamer 0702 1.5mm motor shaft 32,500 kV motor. You're going to need these props for this set of motors. So there you go. There's your massive TinyWhoop giveaway tonight. Let's see who's going to win. And then I'll write down somebody's name. Goat, where you at? There he is. This goat is dying. Spencer Sharkley is on the top there hanging in. We've got everybody I just looked at. Mark Kunoff is hanging in the bottom right corner. John Allen off on the right. Tyler S. is gone. William Scott, man. William Scott has won. There he is. The first name that I read off was there till the very end. I thought I was going to call it. William Scott. Hopefully, William Scott can wear a large-sized t-shirt. I might send him a message on Patreon and say, yo, you won. There's a large t-shirt in here. Do you want it? Next up, we've got the 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. I think this is the right thing for that. Yeah, it is. And we've got a whole bunch of stickers, as we do. Got another one of these little guys. Little tiny WeBleed FPV battery strap. Apache FPV sticker. We've got a set of GemFan 3520. $35.20. 3.5-inch tri-blades. These are D90 3.5-inch tri-blades, Cinewhoop props, set of those. We've got a bunch more stickers. I don't know who that is, but there's a skeleton flying. I don't know what this is, but maybe you'll like it. Burger Prop Crew. Brain 3D holographic. CMYK. And then we've got a bunch of Crossfire shenanigans. We've got a Crossfire micro receiver. This is awesome. This is your backup Crossfire receiver that just lives in your bag all the time. It's super awesome. And then a UFL Immortal T, and then 2 of the Crossfire Nanos. Still totally awesome for 3-inch rigs. It's not really that much heavier. It just works, man. It just works. Hopefully whoever wins this is still on Crossfire. Sometimes it's hard with this stuff. It's like, here's something that hopefully the protocol you're on, but, you know, gotta go for it. Maybe he's got a friend. If he's not on it, maybe he's got a friend that's on it. Never know. 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. Crossfire is still a great choice for Cinewhoops as well. Ah! Oh boy. Oh, it's getting gloomy. Who do we got? Everybody's getting blown away. Chris, nope. Smoking Dog Cujo is off. He's gone. What? Oh my God, William Scott won twice. So there you go. There's a $30 tier fella cleaning up. I don't need to write his name down on this package because I'm just gonna dump it into the other package. Hopefully it'll fit. William Scott, damn, congratulations. A double ding dong. I'm definitely going to message him and say, yo, what t-shirt and what, I don't know, I'll say something else. I'm just going to take these and put these into this other bag here. There we go. And then this bag I can use next month. Score. Saved a bag. Next up, we've got the 5-inch tier. We've got a bunch of stuff in here. It was a Crossfire module. It was the small one. Perfect for a little backup module. 5-inch tier is here. And it's in a small little bag. We've got... Get out of there. We've got a set of Dayglow Green pulse battery straps. Get in there! Get! Go! There it is. We've got a little Maytech GPS module. Rush Tank Big Long Antenna. Left-hand circular polarized for those digital systems. Get in there. A bunch of these caps. 4 red and 4 black of these XT60 caps. You're supposed to use these when you fly with quads. I never have, but you're supposed to. Stickers. Look at this guy. I don't know what he's doing. Get in there. A little bit of ham and eggs coming at you. It looks like a ball sack on the bottom of that egg. I don't know what's happening with that one either. Get FPV. Apache FPV. This says BMF. I don't know what that means. CMYK. Broken Prop Crew. And a set of brand new Zing 2207 2755 kV. You can absolutely run these on 6S. You're going to want to motor limit these down to, like, I would say start at 70%. Start at 70 and then maybe turn it a little bit up. But I bet you at 70%, they will absolutely explode. Like, in a good way. Like, they'll explode your butthole. That was uncalled for. Oh, boy. It's a ridiculous thing to say out loud. They will explode your mind. They will explode your mind. These are also the version 2 Zing 2207s that I've actually heard a lot of good stuff about. Mudderton says, CiottiFPV and everyone, don't forget you can multi-bind crossfire to the backup receiver so it's ready to go. Yes, you can indeed. That is my current setup in my bag. I have a micro module in my bag that's set up with the dual ding-dong Willy bloop bloop. Willie Scott is not Patrick, is it? Did you change your okay, no. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, here we go. Here's the 5-inch and everybody tier. You know, the everybody tier is always in here. Ready? Here we go. Woo! Preston Roach hanging in on the left there. Kevin Sumner by motor number 1. He's hanging in. William Scott top right. John Godwin top right. Wow, William Scott almost won again. John Godwin, congratulations. You have won, my friend. I'm going to write your name down and send you some stuff. Now, next up is the open to everyone. Can't do two things at once. The open to everyone tier. It is $5 per ticket. I'm going to show you what you're playing for. Super chats are cool. PayPals are cool too. If you do a PayPal, tag at CiottiFPV in the chat to make sure that I see it. $5 per ticket, no limit. Buy as many tickets as you want. You know what the main item is going to be. It's a Gangly fan, but there's a whole bunch of other really fun stuff. So if you're desperate for the Gangly fan, this is how you get one. This is the only way that you can get one of these. Massive shout out to Douglas Otwell for continuing to make these for us. It's very, very cool of him. This is the only way that you can get this. $5 a ticket. CiottiFPV, supporting gambling addiction since 2020. I've been streaming for over 5 years now, I realized today. Because I found a video from 5 years ago of me installing that baud rate chip on my white Q X7 that's sitting right back here, actually. That was weird. Some stickers. We bleed. Look at this guy. Look at this holographic guy. Can't tell me you don't want to get all high and stare at that. We bleed. Double holographic jam. We bleed Band-Aid stickers. I mean, they're regular Band-Aids, so you can use them as Band-Aids. I do. When I'm succumbing to the anxiety gods. Solid Pin PH 2.0. Little tiny thing of super glue. Why bother buying anything bigger than this for super glue? It's just going to dry out anyway. XT30 to XT60. Big ass XT60 with big boy 12 AWG cables. Cinelifter territory, long-range rig territory. Well, I guess long-range rigs don't pull super hard. Fat Shark branded glass cleaner. Jib jab. One of every Gem Fan TinyWhoop propeller. 45 millimeter, 40 millimeter, 1.2 inch, 1.6 inch, all of them. One set of every. Almost every. I think there's I don't think the 1219s are in there, but it's pretty much all of them. Bunch more stickers. Burger Prop Crew. Gem Fan. CMYK. Get FPV. Another one of these little guys. T-Motor. Little tiny fellas. We Bleed Coaster. We Bleed holographic sticker. 180 degree BT 2.0 lead. Mobula 6 happy metal frame, old school. 6 packs a day battery holder. Mass adhesives, electronic goop, my favorite little soldering putty stuff. Way better than Blue Fun Tack. And 2 75mm frames. There is a Air 75 in green, and then this is that Meteor X frame in this cool seafoam color. Oddly enough, they both fit in one single case here, which is just fantastic. There you go, friends. There's the open to everybody giveaway. $5 a ticket. Buy as many tickets as you want. Ready, go. You're already going. Gangly fan, bro. Gangly fan! If Frank Nicholas doesn't win tonight, I'm gonna punch a baby. Danzilla the Terrible with a 25 Californian Canadian dollar super chat. He says, one for me, one for Off Axis, one for Curtis Hayes, one for 661. All right, let me get to work. Danzilla the Terrible, one for you. Pull this up so you guys can watch me do this. One for you, one for Off Axis. Wait, let me add some spaces. All right. One for Off Axis, one for Curtis Hayes. One for 661. Thank you, dude. Bob Bruce with a $10 super chat. He says, let's go, Gangly fan. All right, there he is. Cheetonian with a $10 super chat. He's going in there twice. Thank you, dude. Thank you to everybody, of course. Very cool of you guys to always play these silly games with me. Adam Weston with a $5 super chat. He's going on there. There you go. Mick Bucas with a $10 super chat. He says, 2 tickets, please. You got it, my friend. 1 and 2. And let me pull up my email real quick. And come on. There it is. All right. 11:23. John Ray, Metal Dirtskin with a $10 PayPal. He's going in here 2 times. Thank you, brother. We got 1, 2. And then we've got Sebastian D. Sebastian, you're up in Montreal. Fair warning, you got to split the shipping with me. I'm just going to put you in here as Sebastian D. $10. Thank you, brother. Once and twice. And got that. Frank Nicholas with a $25 PayPal. He is serious. He deserves a Gangly fan. And he's going to win it fair and square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There he is. Thank you, Frank, as always. Kevin Sumner with... Best fucking community ever. Kevin Sumner with a $50 super chat. And the note is, all in on Frank. Unless he has a fan already, then split it between the first 2 super chatters. He does not. Kevin knows. Oh, shit. This is going to be the biggest David versus Goliath battle we've ever had. Here we go. So, we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Frank is in here so many times. I swear to God, if he doesn't win tonight, I'm going to freak the fuck out. All right, back to the super chats. Who was the last super chat that I had? Was it Adam Weston? I think it was. No, it was Mick Mucus. Okay. So then we got Off Axis with 10 Canadian Californian dollars. He's going on here. Once and twice. And then we've got Nimbus FPV with a $5 super chat. He says, 1 for me. You got it, my friends. Oh, this is going to be fun, man. All right, I think we're good. You guys got 60 more seconds to super chat or PayPal or type into the chat. Please wait. Let me know. Kevin Sumner says, PP, gotcha. Sebi D says 2 times PayPal, gotcha. Frank Nicholas says, Kevin Sumner, 25 PayPal, gotcha. Thank you all. I think this is the one. We're going. Frank still might not get it. I think he's only in here half. Yeah, I think there's twice as... I think it's still only 50-50. Yeah, it looks like it's about 50-50. But, I mean, it's his time. He's due. He's due. You guys ready? Off Axis on the bottom right. Frank Nicholas off on the right. Go figure. Metal Dirtskin just got blown away. Adam Weston top left. It's all Frank Nicholas. Look at that! Yeah! I love it. Congratulations, Frank. Nicholas, you've got a gangly fan, goddammit. I'm also gonna put. I forgot. Oh, so well deserved. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. Hold on, I forgot one thing. A very deserving. You get one of these very cool little keychain things as well. Awesome, you got it. He says about effing time. Oh shit! All right, here it goes. In wait, no, is it this one? Yeah, it is. I don't even have to write your name on here, Frank. I just I will remember. I'm still gonna write your name on here though. Congratulations, dude. Frank. There we go. Thanks, everybody. That's very cool. You guys always to play. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Sometimes I feel like weirdly selfish, like I'm the only one laughing and screaming, but I don't know. Maybe you guys are laughing and screaming along with me. Awesome. All right, cool. So let me get this shuffled around here. I got everything moved all over the damn place on my desktop. Hold up. Let me just get this here, get that there. I found out today that I did not, the thing that I was all excited about, it fell through. So that kind of stinks. I was on an NDA. I don't know. It was, I don't know. I should probably not mention it. I am on their, if they need, they have an FPV pilot. But they film a lot of stuff, and they built an entire second team of camera people, audio people, lighting people, because they thought they were going to have two things right on top of one another. But as it turned out, it got delayed so much that their existing pilot can cover the gig that he's doing now and this other one. But I am their backup FPV pilot on this second team. So inevitably, in theory, they'll have another situation at some point where they've got two things on top of each other, and then I will get a chance to do something super cool. And I will wait until then for to talk about what it actually is. Hate to be so cryptic, but they made me jump onto an NDA even to discuss like the possibility of doing it. And so, yeah, that kind of means they don't want me. In theory, that means that they don't want me saying like, "Hey, guess who just tried to hire me?" But once the video comes out, then it's different. Hopefully, down the road. So yeah, that'll be cool. Hopefully. It's a hell of an opportunity for a absolute massive YouTuber. And the money is great. And so hopefully I can get some of that money in the future. But yeah, it's that's the thing. That's the thing. All right, 11:30. We got half an hour. I've got some batteries charged. Let's dial this tune in a little bit more on this HDZero rig, and also like try to kind of troubleshoot it a little bit because it's acting a little bit funny. So let's hook this back up, and that's still plugged in. This is good. We just need to shut that off and turn this on, and then cool. So this again is the HDZero AIO5 Newbie Drone Cockroach V3 frame, Mobula 6 canopy, the race camera, ORT Micro V, 40,000 kV 0702s with GemFan 1210 biblades. I've got 4 batteries. That should be 4 times the fun. What does that mean? Hi Mox, make sure instead of just typing Ciotti, type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange. Type your own name in, and you'll see it lights up an orange. If you type somebody's name into your chat message and you spell it correctly, for that person, it'll light up an orange and it'll get their attention. That's how you talk to me in the chat. I just happened to see you say, though, do you recommend the Mobula 8 for some freestyle outdoors? No. Those 2-inch TinyWhoops are a little bit too big. I like the 75mm rigs. The Air 75 is awesome if you don't want to do any upgrades. The Mobula 7 1S ELRS is really good if you want to go down the upgrade path. Those are both awesome rigs that you can fly outside. You can actually kind of fly them inside too. I don't necessarily recommend it, but you can. The 2-inch stuff, the motor prop combos are not quite right. There really aren't any great propellers out for them. And so you don't get a lot of benefit from them being bigger like that. And you absolutely can't fly them inside the house. They will break everything inside your house. So, yeah, they're more outdoor rigs. HDZero R8, here we go. 40,000 kV motors. Let's see if we can get this tune dialed in a little bit better. See that big walk? See what it's doing there? Beginning. Oh, there's a little bit of. Oh, so it's vibrating at 0 throttle. That's interesting. Whoa, jeez, that was weird. All right, so it's vibrating at 0 throttle, which might mean that I've actually pushed the tune too far. See how there's no prop wash in those prop wash moves? That means that it's got plenty of PID gain, and I might actually have it overtuned. So let's go into simplified tuning, and we're going to back it off. These 40,000 kV motors are very powerful, so you don't really need to go bananas on the tune, because these motors have so much, they have such good... All right, so now you see we got a little bit of prop wash, right? See that? So I kind of had the tune perfect. But I'm still getting this vibration at 0 throttle. So it's still a little bit unhappy. Let's see if we can tune that out with filters. It might just be... So here's what you can do. To simulate 0 throttle, hold this thing in your hand. It's kind of not the best thing to do, but... And you can just listen, right? Hear how it's not smooth? Hear how it's going up and down? Wow, encoding overloaded. What? Why? Why? Everything was fine. Oh, it's because I'm feeding this in. Okay, no. This is fine. This is fine. This will go away once I unplug it. I now have 5 video sources being fed into this computer. That's too many. So yeah, the stream's gonna run like shit for a minute. Is it a mess through the goggles? Wow, this is brutal. Is it a mess when you guys are watching, or is it okay? Ooh, this might even be coming in at 1080. Hold on, let me make sure this isn't coming in at 1080. Go to VRX, HD VRX. Nah, it's coming in at 720. It just doesn't like having 5 sources. No computer is going to like that. Okay, let me take a quick look at the filtering on this and see if we can get it a little bit cleaner at idle. So idle is fairly low RPM. I moved some of the filters up, and that might have not been great. Well, I'm hungry, man. I'll get some food after this. Oh, I have my leftover ramen. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, this is making the computer run like shit. That HD60S, every time I plug that thing in, it makes this computer run like hot ass. So I'm not surprised that this is doing this. Oh boy, it's running bad. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to drop these minimum frequencies back down. They were at 100 and 120. I'm going to drop them both back down to 120. Save that. Holy shit. It's all gone wrong. This is nasty. And I'm going to add... I'm going to pull this back down to 1.0. We'll see what that does. 500Q, 120 to 800, 2 notches. I don't love that there's 2 notches, but whatever. Maybe it needs it. Let's see what happens here. Could be better, could be worse. Which battery did I run? That'll be that one. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Will it be better? Will it be worse? Will it be the same? It could be physical vibrations. There could be a banged up propeller. Let's test that. I'm going to put it into turtle mode. And I'm going to hold it and spin each motor up individually. That one's fine. That one's fine. Yeah, they're all okay. None of them are great, but none of them are terrible either. Let's see what's what. Much better. Oh, goggle batteries are dying. Ah, there's still a little bit there. Whoa. Oh, no, no! I just caught this little view of Teddy, like, looking up, like, whee! Oh, boy. Alright, hold on. I gotta put a new battery in the goggles and retrieve. Where you at, little friend? There you are. Alright, hold on. We'll lose video for a second. Okay, battery out. Battery over here. And Teddy just follows me around like he's lost. Like he's a literal lost puppy. He just walks around with those angry ass judgy eyebrows just demanding an explanation of everything that I'm doing. Here we go. Goggles going back on. Battery being plugged back in. I feel like it's a little bit better, but not much. But if it's any better, that's super interesting. I'm going to go back. I'm going to arm it while I'm holding it again. And hold it up to the mic. Hold on. Hear it? It's definitely a little bit better. So... yeah, it was, why did these goggles go back to the... oh, that's right. I have the default set for the goggles to the expansion module. I've always had problems with these HDZero goggles, like with double vision. Like, I just have a little bit of double vision with them. I saw somebody talking about it. Apparently, the screens are not... totally flat. Apparently the two screens are not like this. One of the screens is at a little bit of an angle. Like if this is totally flat, the one screen is up like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, I've never had this issue with any other goggles. I just have like double vision for a second and then I don't. Why is it not? Why did it lose ELRS? What the hell happened there? Oh, it's hot. It's very hot. Yeah, see all that purple? That's when it's hot. Oh, God. I don't know why I did that. I knew that I wasn't lined up, and I did it anyway. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I gotta remember, like, it's funny. It has so low latency that it makes me feel like it's an analog rig, but it's way heavier than an analog rig. And so, like, yeah, like the latency makes me forget in a weird way. Man, this thing eats batteries just like the walk snail rig. Very similar to the walk snail rigs. Much lower latency, which makes it much more fun to fly. But, yeah, hard on the batteries. And, but not quite as heavy. Noticeably lighter than the walk snail rig, for sure, for sure. We're going to burn all three. Oh, YouTube just crashed. Come on, you piece of shit. All right, hold up. There we go. All right, here we go. Oh, boy. Ah! What's going on upstairs? So this is 25 milliwatts around the house. Video always gets pretty bad up here. It's actually totally usable. All right, so this is better than analog. Now that I have a proper antenna on this, the Micro V, this is better than analog at 25 milliwatts. For sure. Oh. Oh! Oh my God. I forgot to give it a blip of throttle. I just expected it to... Oh! Go through there on its own! Oh. I don't know what I was doing there. That was just a weird moment of... Oh! Oh! Hold on. If I can get it in there... Oh, yo! Whoa, yo! How do I get it in there, though? Oh, I know. It's just a double. I double it. I dive it, and then... Unbelievable. I dive it, and then power loop back into it. Oh my God, that's hot shit! Oh! Oh God. Oh boy. Man, I'll tell you what. Analog rigs with these motors are jet fueled. This thing with these motors, it just feels like... It just feels good. It just feels okay. Ow! Got myself. Ah! It's trying to eat me. There we go. Better. 2 minutes and 13. I mean, that you know, 2 minutes is what I get with the walk snail rigs. These, yeah, it's impossible, Islander. These digital rigs on these 300 mAh batteries, like, unless you really limp them around, like, this is what you're gonna get. The digital VTXs do draw a lot more energy than an analog VTX, and they add a bunch of weight. You know, like all that extra heat, right? That's not coming from nowhere. But to be able to fly around with really good quality video like this is pretty rad, you know? Looks dark. Why does it look so dark? Oh, it's just dark when it's here. It brightens... Yeah, there it goes. Let's do some of them there. Full room power loops. What do you say? Oh my God. Let's hit the railing and get rejected. Oh God, no! There we go. Yo, I'm just filled with new moves tonight. Oh no! Oh no! I have to go get that, and I'm gonna have to go stand on a chair to get that. Oh no! There you go, Sir Smudgenstein. Man, I literally had to get the ladder for that one. Being able to see Teddy with better resolution. Oh, that went into his mouth. He doesn't care. He really doesn't. He's gonna care someday when it gets tangled up in that beard. How has it not gotten tangled up in that beard yet? I will never know. Whoa! That was a great little sequence. I missed it. Didn't miss that. Oh, missed that though. Hey. Uh-oh. Oh boy, we're behind it? We're behind the alcohol? How does that even happen? All the unrecoverable crashes tonight. Jesus. Do you guys know the magic of HDZero? HDZero in a little tumbler with a couple ice cubes. I don't know if it gets any better than that. Oh my god, Teddy. There he is. There's the monster. This thing just flies a little kind of glitchy. I don't know. Every once in a while, it just has like weird little things that it does. Whoa, boy, Teddy. I did not expect you to be inside that gate. Here's what this TinyWhoop looks like. Whoa! There you go. 5 batteries on the HDZero rig. What do you guys think about that? 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I would, even though I have these motors limited down, I don't know if I would do this build. I can't really recommend this build with these motors. This is a bit much. If you want a really powerful AIO5 build, I think you should do the Firefly 36,000 kV 702s to just get a little bit of extra runtime out of it. This just doesn't have quite enough runtime. The 40,000 kV motors, right? I don't even have them maxed all the way out, and they're just, yeah, they're a lot. I gotta figure out why what its deal is with the tune. Does this thing have black box? Let's see. I don't think it does. If it does have black box, though, I'm gonna bug the shit out of Brandon. It does not. No black box. That stinks. I am going to do this, though. I don't understand why it has... I don't know why it had 3 dynamic notch filters. It shouldn't need more than 1. So I'm going to take it down to 1 dynamic notch. And hopefully the problem it was having was too much filtering. So yeah, this should help with that. And I am actually going to raise this. I'm going to raise this D-term. I'm going to remove a bunch of filtering. The minimum cutoff is still at 105 with that change that I just made. So we should be completely fine. I don't have another battery to... What's this one? No, this one's hot. This is the one that just came out of it. Oh man, this one's down at 3.5 volts. What the hell happened to you, little buddy? Yikes. Danzel the Terrible says, Level 1 Drone wants to know, has anybody ever converted a 65mm flight controller to a 75mm whoop? Is that even possible? What do you mean by 65mm flight controller board? I have a lot of the, if you're just talking about like regular AIOs, yeah, all the time. The 25.5 by 25.5 AIOs are like, you can kind of use them anywhere as long as you don't ask too much of the FETs. So yeah, for example, the Meteor 65, 75, and 75 Pro, they all use the same Beta FPV AIO. In the Happy Model world, the Mobula 7 does use a different AIO than the Mobula 6, 75 versus 65. But you can take a Mobula 6 and drop it into a 75mm frame with motors with big propellers, and it's totally fine. It's not quite as good. When you go up from 65 to 75, if you're going to run powerful motors, the 5-amp FETs become... The 5-amp FETs on most of the 65mm AIOs are a little bit of a limitation, but it's not that bad. Especially if you're not running a super high-powered motor on that setup. I have another one of these 450s. You guys want to watch this VTX die? Although I could switch the camera out. This camera was in... What do we got, 5 minutes left? Hold on, let me see how quick I can pop this camera out of here. This camera was in here when it blew up the other VTX. So I don't hate the idea of swapping this camera out because it might be hitting the VTX too hard. So let me do that super fast here. I'm just going to do it in front of the main camera because it should just take a second or two. I just have to unscrew the VTX and unplug it, and I'll throw another CO3 camera at this. Okay, so that is now taken out. Let me unplug. And now normally the canopy would be free, but the big ass head on the singularity antenna prevents me from being able to remove the damn thing. So it's all like stuck together. That's why that's what I was saying earlier. All right, so that's good to go. That screw is out of there. When it had this white canopy, it was totally fine. So let me pull the camera out of this, and we'll just swap it over, and we'll see. Maybe there's something funny going on with this CO3 in here. All right, so I'm going to take this and lift this guy up. I want to make sure I put the camera in there right side up. All right, lift that guy up. Lift this guy up. Drop this into this mount. Drop this into this mount. Okay. And now this can go back into this canopy, this black canopy with the new camera. Ooh, that's going to be a pain in the ass to get that screw going in there. Ooh. Hold on, let's see what I can do. Let's see what we can do. All right, there's that. And then I need this. Nope. I need this. Yep. Drive this into there. Okay, camera is swapped in the canopy. Come on. Yep, that's tight. And then we're going to plug it in. Although I am going to reverse the way that this plugs. Okay. Come on. I use these tiny little PVC coated wires. They suck so bad between the camera and the VTX. I hate non-silicone coated wires. They are just, they're not like 10 or 20% worse. They're like 1,000% worse than proper PVC coated wires. Although, man, they are a lot skinnier. A lot skinnier. Hey, there we go. All right, VTX is where it needs to be. 2 extra screws for the VTX into the canopy. One and 2. Get on there, you bastard. 6x1 says, did I see Gyro 1 on and Gyro 2 off? Shouldn't it be the other way around? 1 off, 2 on at 1,000. They're both on. I think what you're seeing is whether or not the sliders are working on them. But yeah, basically Gyro number 1 is on, but it's turned all the way up. So there's barely any, if any, latency from it. It's doing little to nothing. And then Gyro 2, the D term, I'm sorry, not gyro, filtering. Did you say gyro? You said gyro. What are you talking about? Gyro 1. It doesn't have 2 gyros. I assume you're talking about filtering. And yeah, the D-term filter is doing all the work, as always. Okay, just trying to get this ELRS antenna into the canopy in a way that it's not all jacked up. That's fine. Look at this thing all stealthed out. I will never be able to find this if I crash it into a bush. I should have put one of those TinyWhoop LED battery 180-degree pigtails on here. That would have been... I actually wanted to do it earlier when I was swapping the canopy, but I kind of forgot. But that would have meant I would have had to take the AIO out, and just, yeah. I just did everything on the canopy. All right, let's see. Yes, gyro filters. Gyro 1 should be off, and gyro 2 with the other slider at 2.0. Yeah, I don't like turning the gyro filtering off all the way. If you leave it on, but then you just crank the number way the hell up, you still get a little bit of safety margin with very, very, very little latency added from it. Come on. But yeah, the D-term filter is definitely not turned off. Most rigs will not fly with the D-term filter turned off, because the D-term adds a significant amount of noise, especially when you add extra D-term like I do. All right. Let's bring in the analog VRX and power up a transmitter. And away we go. Ah! Forgot to hit the buttons on here. 6S1 says Gyro Filter 1 is a dynamic filter that has a lot of latency. Gyro 2 is static. And yes, don't turn. Oh, you're talking about the Gyro Filter 1 and 2. Apparently, even the dynamic doesn't have, if you turn it all the way up, it's not too bad. Ooh, whoever said try switching the camera or checking continuity on the camera, 10,000 points for you. That CO3 camera must have been going. Dude, good call. Takes a village to build a quad. My God. Oh, fuck you for falling down there. Not a great night of flying, my friends. Nothing but unrecoverable crashes. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. It's right in the middle, too. Teddy, get out of here. What are you... Wipe my face. Daddy, go away. Back up off me. My God, man. He's just always here. He's just... Good Lord. Oh, nope. Spoke too soon. Well, that's weird. I guess, was it just getting too hot, maybe? This thing's acting weird. For the record, most of my knowledge about filter tuning and whatnot comes from a mix of sort of just doing it over the years, but also Brandon's Baked Beans. Our resident tuning and or blackbox ninja. Look at Darth. What's up, Darth? Ah! Yeah, I gotta really retune my brain for 75s versus 65s. Jesus. Ah! It is hard to do that dive in there and then turn that into a power loop because at the bottom of the dive, I'm like full fucking throttle. So it's like I just have to hang on full throttle through the bottom of the dive. Look out, Teddy. That is pretty fucking cool looking though, isn't it? And now this, I think I spoke a little too soon. I think this VTX is starting to shit the bed again. Yep. It's at the bottom of the battery. Ah, oh well. We tried. Yeah, the beta FPV VTXs have always been not the best. They don't make great power, and then they're just not all that reliable. That's a shame. I really like this rig. I really did, and it was kind of cool to have it here. Oh, I've got one more. I've got one more like kind of regular Meteor 75. We'll see how long that VTX lasts, but I'm sure it will also die. Damn, that's a shame. But yeah. Shit. It's looking all good, all blacked out, but I mean, it's, you know, if at the end of the I don't know. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. Maybe I'll no, you know, that I can't. So that Meteor 75 Pro frame only works with smaller AIOs. What I was about to say is that maybe I'll put an X12 into this frame and motor and prop combo, but I can't. I can only run tiny little AIOs in here, the cut down AIOs, and I don't really know of any that are reliable that have more than 5 amp FETs. Man, that's a shame. That is a shame. That makes me sad. Oh well. Half-Baked says, CiottiFPV or chat, OG 2G4 old news yet, or ideal for high KV basher? Ideal for basher, period. None of the new AIOs seem to be anywhere near as durable as the 2G4, which I think is why Happy Model continues to make the 2G4s. If the new Super X AIOs were all that in a bag of chips, they would stop making the 2G4, but they have not. They continue to make the 2G4. So yeah, you're going to sacrifice a little bit of weight, but you're going to gain a lot of durability. And I will take the durability all day, every day. So for me, still, like, for like hard freestyle, like, you know, what's really cool about the 2G4 builds is you just beat the devil out of it. You just pound them. You crash them 20 times per battery, and they just don't care. Hold on, let me unplug the HD60S Plus so that the stream starts performing properly again. There we go. So yeah, it's still 2G4 or nothing for me. 6is1 says, Beans and Rosser both say turn off Gyro 1 and have Gyro 2 on with slider at 2.0. Interesting. I must have lost track. I've just yeah. I must have missed that. Denzel the Terrible says, if you haven't seen Brains Make Beans' latest documentary expose on the medical testing that CiottiFPV was subjected to, you're missing out. Hard-hitting journalism. 6is1 also says, RPM filtering and dynamic filters and D-term should be used to handle everything. Yep, they definitely handle the majority, but I've heard that the gyro filtering still does help a little bit. So let me take a look. Let me take a look and see how this is set up. I wish I had another 300 mAh. I do. There's one on the charger right now. So I'll take even more filtering away, and we'll see if that helps this thing out a little bit more. Let's take a look. This is the last thing we'll do. It's after 12 already. PID tuning, filter tuning. All right. So we're going to try turning off 1 and then leave 2 on. With it cranked all the way up. I probably don't want this to be on PT2. We use PT2 for BMI 270 gyros. Let me actually make sure that this isn't a BMI 270 gyro. Oh, son of a bitch, it is. Okay, so that's why I'm having problems with this rig. Okay, so everything's about to change. We're going to go to Brandon's magical BMI 270 filtering scheme. Okay, so we are going to go search for clean. 4.3 filter settings for clean build with RPM filtering. Yep, we're going to pick that. Save and reboot. And then we're going to go into the PID tuning tab, over to filter settings, and we are going to put this on PT2. We're going to turn the gyro slider off. And we're going to set this static cutoff frequency at 135. Oops, that's good. And then we're going to... Why did this go back up to 3 harmonics? What the hell is that about? 1 harmonic. What the hell? This thing, all kinds of stuff has changed. Oh, it's because I just did that preset. Yep. Okay. Minimum frequency 150. I'm going to take this to 120. It didn't seem to like 150. I'm going to drop this down to 120 as well. Max frequency will go up to 800. And this is, we're going to turn this on. This is the regular 1.05 D-term filter setting, and I'm going to turn it up a little bit to 1.2, and I'll save it there. And then we're going to come into the CLI, and we're going to change the gyro hardware low-pass filter to option 2. Save that. That basically changes the built-in hardware filtering on the gyro itself to make it less aggressive, because we've got a very aggressive PT2 Gyro 1 filter in there. All right, cool. So this should be noticeably better. It probably didn't have enough filtering. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But this filtering scheme works really well on BMI 270 gyros. Brandon uses it on tons of stuff. I've been using it on tons of stuff, and it's been awesome. Let's take a look. I'm very curious as to if this will be a little bit better. This battery is not totally charged. It's at 4.28, but it's close enough. I'm going to have to plug this shit back in. And plug that back in. Get these guys on. Last battery of the stream, friends. It's going to be on the AIO5 rig. 40,000 kV motors. Mobula 6 canopy. The race camera. Cockroach V3 frame that's starting to crack, actually, but it's still looking okay. And a micro V antenna. Turn on the HD VTX. Turn off the analog. And again, not a fully charged battery, but it should have enough charge to see if the filtering changes have smoothed this thing out a little bit. I gotta manually put these. Why do these goggles not automatically switch sources? With all the technology in these HDZero goggles, you would think that if they saw a non-analog signal, they would switch to HDZero. And if they see an analog signal, they switch to the external receiver. But what do I know? I just fly these things. There we go. Let's see if this is a little bit better. You can see the battery's already sagging down to 404. No, it's way worse. Oh, now it's fine. What was that? It was like really grumpy on yaw. This rig performs weird on the yaw axis. Whoa! Oh my god. This is one of the worst nights of flying I've ever had. Yeah, this thing performs really weird on the yaw axis. I can't quite... Teddy, stop, man. What are you doing? Stop being bad. Yeah, now it's performing really weird. In like hard kind of turns almost. Teddy. That's it. I'm done. Thanks for hanging, friends. Thanks for hanging, friends. Sorry, that's the wrong button. I'm over it. I'll see you guys on whenever the next live stream is. Wednesday, Whoop Wednesday. We'll do the Champion Edition Air 65. Love you, bye. God, hold on. I don't have anything ready to play. Here's something. Here's the same thing for the beginning of the stream. HDZero rig. I think this is like the maiden.